wish Steve was here for this. But the next show is another long runner that aired on Toonami, and it has its fans, but it also has its detractors.
Welcome, acceptees. On this momentous day, you will take your first step down a new path. I pray that one among you will have what it takes to become the most powerful mage in the land. And now, to accept your grimoires.
Hey, is my grimoire running late or something?
In this world, magic is everything. It's not a matter of whether you have it, but how much. You're the only person I've ever heard of who can't use any magic at all.
You possess not the slightest bit of magic in a world where magic is everything? Forget about becoming the Wizard King. You'll be lucky to just get a job. I'll show all of you. I will become the Wizard King. I'll prove anyone can be great. I won't give up that easily!
Get ready for the premiere of Black Clover next Saturday at 11:30. School's in session.
I will be the Wizard King. Nothing's going to stop me.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Give it up for Black Clover. The silence shows are all the fans coming out for it.
I mean, it's not a bad show.
No,
I mean, the beginning
it's
portions
fine.
of it is pretty bad, but it gets better as it goes along.
The thing is, the manga has a much better pace, and that's
for sure.
kind of what people like about it. And then the anime doesn't really have that. So, but there are people that really like this show, and you know what? They can have it.
I know Steve is all over this. But it's funny too because I remember.
It's a fine shonen series. I wouldn't put it anywhere near like top level shonen. It's a fine show.
No.
I just remember a lot of people were calling it a Naruto ripoff.
Well, it is.
Yeah. And it's also because like they were also trying to market it so big as like it's the next big thing or whatever, and it wasn't.
Oh, TV Tokyo definitely tried.
Yeah, it was pretty obnoxious, honestly.
It's like you had Naruto, you have Luffy. Now get ready for the next big shonen mascot, Asta.
It's like, hey, TV Tokyo. The next big shonen's My Hero Academia. Get the fuck out.
So for me, when it first aired, I kind of was just with Black Clover, because I hated it. It was because of Asta, the way he sounds. Like I'm pretty sure it's the same in Japanese, but in the dub, he's just so.
Dallas Reed is at least a lot more tolerable than the Japanese voice.
I like, and yeah, that's another thing. It introduced me to Dallas Reed, who, every time I hear him in something, he's always screaming. And I think one show that he wasn't screaming in actually got me to appreciate him. And it only took me actually hearing his normal voice and not his screaming voice. But
good.
I didn't like the beginning of Black Clover a lot, but when they started season 2, like after they did the water temple stuff, and they were back into it when they went to the witch land and he unlocked his devil form, that's when I really started getting into the show. I felt like the whole plot with the elves though went on for way too long, and then showcasing that it was some devil guy behind the scenes the whole time. It's also funny too because I thought the show was going to end after that because they spent so much time building these guys up, but when they finished it just kept going, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess we're still going. What else are we doing? And then they do the whole war with the Spade Kingdom, and they get that started, and then the show ends. It's so weird. And it's funny too because that movie that came out, they initially said that was going to continue the story, and it never did. It was just like another side thing. But for me, I don't know. I'd put Black Clover at low B. How do y'all feel about that?
Seems fair.
Yeah, I think that's fine. How about mm, how about
Above Helsing or above Tenchi?
Eleven Helsing.
above Helsing?
Above Helsing?
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost there. We're in 2018 now. We only have 2 rows. We're I don't want to say home stretch yet. So next up,
I can't believe it! The guy's already saved 100 people at least. Look, he's got more!
Fear not, citizens, because I am here.
It was an age of heroes.
Want to be a hero too, huh?
More than anything, you don't stand a chance without a quirk.
Even if everyone thinks I'm useless, I'm not gonna give up.
There are stories about every hero. How they became great.
No, you idiots! Stop!
Most have one thing in common. Their bodies moved before they had a chance to think.
Why are you here?
I don't know.
You too can become a hero.
If you want to be a pro, you're gonna have to push yourself to the brink.
Let's go! Let's go! Put your back into it, Midoriya! Don't give up!
You'd never be able to hang with the best of the best.
Show who you are. Embody what it means to be a hero.
When everyone's a hero, is trying your best good enough? Damn right. My Hero Academia, premiering next Saturday at 11:30.
If I'm being honest, this is going to be super hard.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
What does it mean to be a symbol? That's what I want to know. That's tough. I'm not certain how to explain it to you.
I don't think you all know how dangerous this is.
Whichever one of you is the strongest, step up! Outfight me! Pretty bold of them to attack without hesitation like that. I'm almost impressed.
My Hero Academia. Saturdays at midnight.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
another big shonen show, which I think at the time too, everyone was like, "What took them so long?" Because they were already 3 seasons in by the time Toonami got them. But My Hero Academia finally joined Toonami. And I remember it's because I was on the internet more often now, and I remember a lot of people talked about My Hero Academia specifically when season 2 was out. Like, because I remember a lot of people made such a big deal about that, about the festival, like the tournament arc, and then it popped back up again in season 3 when All for One had the showdown with One for All. I mean, you know what I mean? Like All May had the showdown with One for All, or All for One. God, and then, but then like over the years, I've kind of seen talk about My Hero just kind of die down. Like the last time I saw anyone talk about My Hero Academia was season 4 with him going 100% against Overhaul. But then like after that, the show just kind of fell off. And it's only recently that it's kind of picking back up again since it was announced at the time of this recording that the manga in 5 chapters is actually coming to an end. So everyone's like reminiscing. But for me, like I don't know. I like My Hero Academia. I don't love it. I think it's better than other shonens out there, and a lot of people put at like debate if like Deku is like the face of modern shonen, which that's debatable. But My Hero definitely it's another show to where like the story it's good, it could be better, and for the love of God, stay away from the fan base. For me,
Yeah.
I give it high B, low A. What about you guys?
Probably be low A. It's a great series when it has its great moments, but
Yeah, I think a low A is good. Maybe put it right above One Punch Man.
Above One Punch
I
Man.
agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, because like that's kind of like you mentioned, that like the talk about it kind of died down, and like that was my biggest thing was it felt like a lot of the stuff that it was doing, like that was fairly unique early on, just kind of devolved into sort of feeling generic for a while, and so it
Mhm.
was just kind of ho hum. With the except, like it felt like all the exciting stuff was shifted over to the movies. Which I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, you have to put some kind of big like punchy moments into your movies because you want them to be some big spectacular moment. But like
like a reason to sit
it
in the theater.
yeah, but like it felt like the show might have suffered in a sense for that because it was just kind of like I said, it was just kind of ho hum.
We all might have suffered.
Oh,
Ah, ooh.
When
Oh.
Toshinori lost his powers, this show really lost some steam. But I think it picked up in the 6th season a bit. And
It
I do
yeah,
want to watch the
did.
7th season. I'm just waiting for Toonami.
I know, like you would think at this point it would be there because, like, I thought after Zom 100 ended it would be there, but like we're still waiting, and I'm like, okay, it has to
Probably
be
on.
after that marathon.
The interesting thing about My Hero is like we started it so late, but they caught up really fast. And then
yeah.
it was like, okay, so
That
it
was
was a little
after they
rough
moved it to 3 a.m. next to Gundam.
when we were starting things up. It was a little rough that My Hero was so far behind. They caught up, and then like it was practically airing at the same time as the dub was releasing. I was like, okay, well, I guess all that suffering was worth it. And now My Hero is a big part of Toonami. But now we're constantly like, okay, we got My Hero again. We've watched My Hero. It's gone again. Now we wait. For how long? Who knows?
No,
It's
like usually
it's
I
a
know
frustrating experience.
it is. And honestly, since the manga has like a date, like an end date now, I'm assuming that the season we have now is probably like the penultimate, and then the last one would probably be the next season, which I hope they don't pull an Attack on Titan move for that. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy! They just announced that Demon Slayer was just going to finish in
Yeah,
3 movies,
I know, and I'm so
and none of them will
angry.
air on Toonami. You
No, no, no,
know
no, no,
it.
no, 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 no. They will because you know for a fact they're going to turn those movies into a TV arc.
Oh right, I think I did hear that they were going to make them into TV arcs. Yay!
Anyway, well, that's enough of that tangent. Now,
There's nothing I want to be. There's nothing I want to do. All that exists is zero. Would it kill you to have even the tiniest reaction?
Morning! Good morning, Hidami.
When you hit pause on the world like that, your body will slowly start to rot away.
I suppose I'll just have to bust on in.
Where is she? The one who pulled that out of you!
You can't escape me!
This is a matter between you and me, so don't lay a hand on her.
I think I'm going to overflow!
This girl packs a punch like a shooting star.
The world must be destroyed before it can become beautiful.
Guess that's what they call adolescence.
the next show is the first, I guess, like Adult Swim era Toonami original, and it's
If you
also
don't count Samurai Jack season 5.
what?
If you don't count Samurai Jack season 5, I
Oh
count
yeah,
it technically.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
First
first,
anime co-production of the Adult Swim era.
yeah, the first sequel to Fooly Cooly Progressive. You
I
know,
think my opinion on this has softened over the years. I still don't like it, but oh my god. Considering the other sequels that we have gotten from Fooly Cooly, it's not that bad.
I find it funny. I made the joke a while back that was like, you know, I liked how we all dogpiled on Progressive, but then Grunge came out, and then we look at Progressive like Thanos is like, perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Yeah.
I think for me, because the trailer showed both Progressive and alternative, I wanted really badly to like Progressive more. And the thing was, the first episode of Progressive, yet again, that was a MomoCon panel, and I was there for that. The first episode of Progressive, that felt special. Like the first scene where she's having that dream sequence with Pillow's music playing. Thank You, My Twilight. That's on my playlist, by the way. That's such a great song. But that entire first episode, and just like up to the end when Haruko unmasked herself, I thought we were gonna have something special here. The first episode of Progressive was actually really good, and then the rest of the show came out. I really wanted to like Progressive a lot, and in the end, it just didn't.
In the end, it didn't even matter.
I mean, back then we kind of said this was the worst of the sequels, but we've had 2 more sequels since then, and now it's the second worst. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
For Progressive,
it's the second worst by a mile.
Yeah.
Progressive, I would see this somewhere in the C tier. How do y'all feel on that?
Yeah, maybe low C.
Low C.
Where I think what killed me most about Progressive 2 was that I was wanting to see, because this was technically labeled as a sequel to season 1. So I was hoping for some callbacks, like maybe like some of the older characters. Like now it's
the only thing they have is like Eyebrow Guy had a son.
Yeah, Eyebrow Guy had a son, and that's it.
Yeah,
but
I think it's better than those Transformers shows. Is it better?
Like typing it up, like, oh, there's going to be surprises for fans of the original, and like nothing here.
Is it better than Blue Sub? It's probably better than Blue Sub.
Yeah, I'd probably put it above Blue Sub, but that's about as far as I think I'd go.
Above Blue Sub, behind Zoids. And yep. So next up,
I'm Peepee and I've got some news. The Earth is under attack.
Damn you, stupid thunder!
Do you even have any idea what you've done?
Well, do you? So, you like this one? Isn't the red great?
Yeah, it'll camouflage the blood well.
How about Scorpion?
I am your true god.
I'm Peepee and I've got some news. The Earth is under attack.
Damn you, stupid thunder!
Do you even have any idea what you've done?
Well, do you?
So, do you like this one? Isn't the red great?
Yeah, it'll camouflage the blood well.
How about Scorpion?
I am your true god.
Toonami presents Pop Team Epic. Premieres June 30th at midnight.
Is this the utopia you envisioned?
Yeah, I guess so.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Pop Team Epic. This was a weird get. Like, were y'all surprised when they got this or no?
No, not really.
I kind of was reasonably surprised, but some of us had heard that Kim Manning really liked this show, and that got the wheels turning.
But also, like, the Japanese side really wanted this everywhere. It was every fucking where. It was on Amazon Prime. It was on Crunchyroll. It was on High Dive.
Jesus Christ!
Not so much.
This felt like the first real moment where, like, obviously there'd been plenty of stuff that was that was comedy, but it was still like comedy action. Stuff like say like Space Dandy. Like there was enough general action enough in that, like, because Toonami had always insisted, like, we're an action block. This was the first time where it was like, no, you really can't argue that there's action in this show. Like, this was, okay, we're finally going to actually just stop pretending we're an action block and just become an animation block.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, good. I mean, like, I don't mind them picking up a few like non-action shows, and I enjoyed Pop Team Epic a lot. Are you upset?
I am not upset.
Nope.
And
you will
it's
pay for your crimes.
In
it's
24
also
hours, your motherfucking life ends.
and it's also funny. Our dear pal Joshua of Toonami Squad predicted season 2 all the way back in 2018. So
That is funny. And he
so
was right. Right all along. He was just like 5 years early.
to give context to sketch, when the last episode aired, you know how like when an episode of Pop Team Epic ends, they finish it by with this fake idol show, and they do like a episode preview for the next episode of whatever this idol show is, and then the last episode of season 1 had like was like, oh, this idol show is getting a season 2, and I was like, oh hey guys, look, season 2, and Joshua was like, oh my god, we need to report right away, and then he literally made a post, breaking news, Pop Team Epic is getting a season 2, and then we all had to tell him, no, that's just a joke, and deleted the tweet. So like it was funny when it actually did get a second season years later. We were all joking, hey guys, Joshua finally called it.
Yeah.
It's so great. Too bad we won't see that though because of the crunchy assholes. But where would we rank Pop Team Epic? I would put this in A.
A's maybe a little high.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's a little high. I'd give it a B. I mean, it's fun. It's not like it's nothing amazing, but it's fun.
So
how about next to Soul Eater?
Next to Soul Eater?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Did you want it behind it?
We're going rogue. No.
Oh.
Leave it.
Oh.
Leave it.
Okay. Next up.
Something evil is lurking in this town.
In a gruesome chain of horrific incidents, the death count has risen to 7.
A catastrophic danger is closing in as we speak.
What the hell? Who let you in here?
Great. I'm in the mood for a brawl.
Back off if you know what's good for you.
This kid's power is unreal.
You think you've won, but he'll be here to butcher you into bloody pieces soon enough.
Who is he?
Oh, you'll find out. He's the one who gave me this power.
There's someone out there who can bestow the power of a stand?
My moment has finally arrived. Say goodbye to this world.
You are not getting away!
If you want to piss me off, keep running!
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Diamond is Unbreakable. Premiering August 18th at 12:30.
You and your prissy-ass hair are getting ripped apart!
What the hell did you just say about my hair?
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Another season of JoJo. Diamond is Unbreakable. This came out right after Part 3 ended. And, you know, thinking about it now, I think I like Part 4 more than I do Part 3. Like, I'd have to say my favorite part is 2. If I had to rank, I'd say 2, 4, 3, 1, then 5. At least
4,
like the
2,
5's kind of low.
3, and 1.
But Part 4, Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. I had a lot of fun with this. I just found it neat of like the concept of like you just got because with part 3 they were going around the world while Part 4 was just set in the one location, and it's just funny. I just found it funny like every
really weird town.
Yep. I also
all kinds of crazy things happening nowhere.
I just found it
Mario.
I found it funny when like they fought like a stand user, and then the next episode, all of a sudden that stand user is now their best friend. It was like, didn't we just kick your ass like 2 episodes ago, and now they're helping us?
That's how you make friends in Shonen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. But
you kick their ass and go, now we're friends.
I like Part 4 a lot. I like Josuke a lot, especially his performance by Billy Kametz, rest in peace. But and I like Kira as a villain. Like he's next to Dio in my opinion. When it comes to villains, like Dio is like the number one.
He's a really good villain.
He is the
he
way
is super creepy.
the way he goes out though. It's like, hey guy, like call 911. Like that 911 definitely saved the day there.
Just run his face over.
So
oh man, I'm sorry.
So I would put part 4 in A. How do y'all feel?
Yeah, you can put it in A.
A.
Would you put it next to
it's a little bit better than the first season of JoJo, I think.
So like right next to it, like above, behind Black Lagoon?
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
How can they expect any of us to know exactly what we want to do with our lives by now anyway? Let's be real, we've only been alive 17 years. How do we know? You did all this? These are amazing.
Come on.
Get ready to dance, girls! Yeah! Do I look grown up? Is it that bad?
Did you see this?
Kijiri? Oh my god, you're a celebrity! Oh no, really?
College planning sheets. Make sure you guys turn them in this week.
I totally forgot about that. You can always just stay in high school forever. I wish something cool like a talking cat would appear. She would give me like a magical wand.
Order up!
Let me guess. You 17? Ready or not? You're all tangled up like in a knot, huh?
That can't be good. It's like a kaiju movie.
And you're all muddled in the head. Is that Hijiri? They kissed! Bet you're thinking today will be like yesterday, yesterday like the day before yesterday, and so on and so on. I can't deal! 17 has arrived. Life can't wait forever. It's shattered, just like your fragile teenage dreams.
Is the second of the 2 seasons of Fooly Cooly that were greenlit.
AKA the good one.
The good one. Every alternative. The one that everyone liked so much that it got its own sequel, which we'll touch on later. Fooly Cooly Alternative, which is apparently supposed to be a loose prequel to season 1. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, Kana's kind of relatable. It's like that story of like never wanting to grow up and all that, but like things change and you know you have to accept it and all that. I like especially when they marathoned it recently. It was just like, oh god, like you know she Kana's kind of left a little bitter because like her friend essentially just tells her off, badmouths her, and then pieces out and never see her again, and that's like damn. And then you see it later in Shoegaze how she still thinks about that, but like yet again getting ahead of ourselves. But like yeah, Alternative was the better of the 2. If you want to rank Fooly Cooly, obviously season 1 at the top, then Alternative, then Shoegaze, then Progressive, then Grunge. So where would you all put Alternative? Higher than C? Like B?
Oh yeah, I think it's B.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you had to make a sequel, at least this was entertaining enough to watch, and it had some tokusatsu references to both like Deca Ranger and Kamen Rider Forze, so I can't hate it.
So
I would like it right between IGPX and Pop Team.
That high.
I'd agree with that because like I said, you know, if there's any of them that I would sit down and go, I would rewatch this, it's that one. Obviously, the original excluded. You know that's on a whole separate level.
Yeah, but I mean, like alternative, like because it's like different teams doing these seasons, so it's not like you have one team doing everything. So the team that did Alternative was cooking with that one. So, next up.
The peace and stability of our modern world has brought about big changes.
The Hidden Leaf Village is getting more and more modern. But of course, starting tomorrow, we still have to attend that old-fashioned ninja academy.
This institute was the Hidden Leaf's training center for shinobi.
Boruto Uzumaki has arrived on the scene, you know? This is gonna be the place where I make my mark on the world.
You think you're special? Go hide in your father's shadow. I don't want to be your little friend, Hokage's boy.
You cause trouble nearly every single time.
What's your deal?
Is this supposed to be another one of your pranks?
You can see it too, huh, Boruto?
Oh no, is it happening again?
You really shouldn't overdo it.
Whatever path I choose, it won't have anything to do with my dad. Cause this is my story.
Boruto, premiering September 29th at 10:30.
The age of shinobi is over.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Naruto's son. Does
We're
anyone
out of
like
Bort license plates in the gift shop?
Damn.
Bort?
Bort.
Come on, really? Bort?
It's Bort. Sam's favorite, Silver's favorite. Everyone loves Bort.
All I'm gonna say is I think it deserves to be higher than Shippuden.
Yes.
Ooh.
I honestly would agree with that.
So the thing with Boruto is that it's another case of a bad anime. Well, not bad anime adaptation, but like once again riddled with filler. Because like Toonami only aired the first 52 episodes, which is kind of a shame because they stopped just before the movie adaptation, which is arguably one of the better parts of the show, like from story and animation perspective. And then like the manga, like I don't read the Boruto manga, but from like I've seen a lot, like everyone says like manga Boruto is much better. The anime like kills like because the anime would eventually touch upon the manga canon given like 100 episodes or so. So so it is kind of a shame that Toonami did drop it because like I would have at least liked to have seen some of those manga canon episodes air because like some of them are really really good. Spoilers for Boruto, but like Naruto using that final ditch effort again with Kurama with the Baryon mode against Isshiki Osutsuki. That whole sequence is just freaking beautifully animated, and then him losing Kurama, that was such a gut punch, especially for longtime Naruto fans. Like that was a moment for Naruto fans, not really Boruto fans. Like that entire scene was just nuts. But like in terms of Toonami, like the Boruto, no one like compared to his dad, no one likes him. The anime just had too much filler. It like they needed, I don't know, like they just really needed to not at the very least give the manga some time before making anime because the anime is literally just consistent
Or
filler.
how about like the manga could be its own thing and the anime could be its own thing? Like
For that too.
Yeah, there are enough shows that do that yeah, they honestly could have just done that.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. And it's actually crazy. Like Boruto is actually like over now. Like it has a finite amount of episodes now, so they technically could have kept going until like it ran out. Although considering Shippuden has about 6 episodes left, I'm still in the camp that they're gonna put him in. They're gonna put Boruto in. But
put me in, coach.
No one wants it, but like it might happen. It's actually funny because Silver recently shared like
They're pretty strapped for ideas, and Viz was probably willing to give it to him for a reasonable price. I still don't think they're going to do it, though.
It's funny because Silver recently shared like a manga spoiler for one of the recent chapters because apparently they had a time skip in the manga, and it was so dumb. And Logan, I remember Logan made a joke. I kind of forgot it, but it was like, "Do you see what happens when Naruto gets laid? Naruto shouldn't have gotten laid. That's the message." Where would I'm tongue twisting. Where would we rank Boruto?
Higher than Shippuden.
It seems arbitrary, but just stick it right in front of Shippuden.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the shows on.
Yeah, because like I don't think I could put it above Tenchi.
Like, yeah, I couldn't really put it above Tenchi universe.
And
Yeah.
next up,
Whether you believe it or not, the world around you is filled with strange phenomena that science has yet to explain.
How would you like me to haunt your dreams?
Hey, Mob, sorry, do you think you could swing by? Evil spirit's right in front of me.
Shigeo Kageyama, also known as Mob, second year of middle school.
I can sense the presence of a very powerful spirit.
He is an Esper, blessed with psychic abilities.
You're sending in a middle schooler? Get your...
Who are you? Oh, I'm nobody.
Even though these tremendous powers have been bestowed upon him, subconsciously, he's always avoided displaying these abilities.
There you go again, always bending spoons. The next one you bend gets replaced using your allowance, you hear?
When people are unable to truly express themselves, their emotions come to a halt.
Why do you always look so bored all the time?
I'm not bored, I promise.
The emotions locked away deep inside his heart expand little by little. However, there's a limit to how much his emotions can take before leaking out and going wild.
Laugh, come on, you little brat, laugh it off already!
That emotion is rage.
Come at me with everything you've got. You might find that task a hell of a lot easier than making me laugh.
It's time to die!
These are my emotions. I only allowed them to come out upon your request. Satisfied?
Mob Psycho 100 premieres next Saturday at 11:30 p.m. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
a show that only aired one season and would later get mired in controversy thanks to a certain company, Mob Psycho 100. This is my favorite anime of all time. I recently rewatched it again with my brother because I was showing it to him, and I realized that I relate a lot to Mob. And there's another anime that's out right now with a main character that I relate to, but we'll get there. But Mob Psycho, like for me, because I'm talking about all three seasons here, but show is literally a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, if we're talking Toonami wise, they only aired season 1, so only season 1. I don't know if you want to rank it based on that information, or
let's just rank season 1.
Hey JP, we're ranking Mob Psycho 100. We're ranking Mob Psycho 100.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mob Psycho is my favorite anime of all time. If it was up to me, I'd put this in S tier, but that's me with all 3 seasons. But Toonami only aired 1, so like, do we rank it just on the 1 season then?
I'm ranking it just on one season. Season 1, I think, is kind of weak compared to season 2.
Yep. So
I'd probably put it in a B, like a B tier. Like, it's a very good show. So season 1 is not the top.
I think it's worth an A.
I would say at the very least A.
Yeah.
How about Behind Dead Man?
Yeah, that's where I'd probably put it.
Behind Dead Man.
Behind Dead Man Wonderland. Now, if Toonami had aired all 3 seasons, I would have said S tier right away. But unfortunately, Crunchyroll gonna Crunchyroll. Yeah.
I think before then, I think there was some type of contract issue with the Funimation deal that kind of prevented them from getting season 2.
Who knows?
Weird.
Yeah. So next up,
Speaking of things we're still waiting to watch the sequel of.
To be quiet and do as you're told. That's how cowards live.
Stay down.
Megalo Boxing fuses athleticism with innovative gear technology to create the future of boxing.
What in the hell are you wearing? That's some busted-ass gear, little doggy.
You remember the plan, right? Toward the end of the 3rd round, you're gonna take the fall.
I'm sick and tired of throwing these damn fights.
If the kid wasn't wasting away in this hole, he might have had a shot at the big time.
What the hell am I doing?
Fighting in Megalonia means fighting at the highest level, and that means true Megalo boxing.
You promised I could fight for real today.
Hear your partner was pretty pissed off.
How's an illegal megalo boxer with no fame and no ID supposed to make some money otherwise?
What's this about true megalo boxing?
A street dog wouldn't understand.
Try me.
What's going on, partner? Why is the champ here with us riffraff, and why's he calling you out?
Just call this a sudden change in circumstance.
Are you out of your mind? Megalo Box premieres next Saturday at midnight. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Megalobox. Toonami only aired the first season. To be fair, you would think that this would be a one-season show. When they announced the second season, I was caught off guard. I'm like, wait, we're really in a second season? Because, I mean, like, you would think the show would be told in that. And the second season,
ending.
Yeah.
If I'm ranking shows based on just aesthetics and just visuals alone, Megalobox would be top tier. As a show itself, it's fine. It's a perfectly fine sports anime.
I liked it a lot. I will say yet again, like jumping ahead, but like the sequel, the second season really does a lot. Because like that takes place like in the future, and like apparently he's let everyone down, and but yet again, Toonami didn't air season 2. They only aired season 1, so we're only judging season 1.
Yeah, it's an interesting exploration of his character and the other characters, but we're not counting that.
There's the bell.
Megalobox will return for round 2 in a moment. Damn. How long is he gonna keep us waiting?
Promises are meant to be fulfilled. The Promised Neverland is coming up next.
Norman! Just pretending.
Yep. So,
instead we got this great underdog story that is really pretty entertaining.
I mean, it's basically future tomorrow's Joe. So
that's exactly what.
That's what it is.
Having worked on the 2 movies for that, like I loved the first season. I actually still haven't watched the second season because I was kind of like, do I want a second season? Like I don't know that I do. Like I was good with the way the first season ended.
Yeah.
But I mean, the second season caught me off guard. It was a case of like, do we need it though? And then it came out, and it was like, wow, that was really good. Like, I'm surprised. It's essentially, we asked that question with Fooly Cooly, and the answer to that was no. We asked the same question to Megalobox, and the answer to that was yes.
Yeah.
But yet again, only counting season 1. So I would put this in A. How do you all feel?
A.
It's
a little
still
higher
good.
than I actually expected. I was comfortable with B, but I'd put it in A.
Yeah, I'm good with A.
I really liked it.
Would you put it above My Hero or like Gundam?
No. How about
below Mob Psycho?
After Mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet again, the next show.
Good morning to you, my darling children. Let us appreciate that all 38 of you are able to live happy lives under this roof.
You know, it's weird. None of us have ever gotten any letters. Letters? Yeah, nothing from any of our siblings who've been adopted over the years. Mom? What song is that? Never go near the gate or fence.
Yeah, Mom always tells us that, because going near there can be very dangerous.
Is someone there?
This is all a mistake!
These three are to be prepared for plucking.
The future isn't promised. The Promised Neverland premieres next Saturday at midnight.
Someday, we'll have to leave here, won't we?
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
There's a search party after us by now. And who knows what lives in these woods? Douse the lights!
Which way did they go? They're headed southeast. You of all people know how valuable children with perfect scores are. Do you think you'd be able to retrieve those children?
Something's coming!
I'll get back all the children who betrayed me.
You guys, this way! Hurry!
Every one of them.
Get there! The outside world is no place for you. We'll take you home.
Why don't you leave us alone? We just want a normal life!
You're meat. You never had a life.
I'll never give up! Let's go. And whatever you do, don't look back. Who are you? Show us your face! I don't care if they say it's impossible.
What the heck?
We'll make it! Hey, you! That's a promise I have to keep for everyone.
She's right. We'll make it.
This is our chance to finally be free!
The Promised Neverland Season 2 premieres next Saturday at 1:30. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
We asked the same question. Does it need a second season? And the answer to that was no.
Well, it probably could use a second season.
Well,
I'm surprised they haven't made one yet.
It needed the Promised Neverland.
Promised Neverland.
Because that season 2 is garbage and they didn't promise shit.
I think what hurt really bad was that you had season 1 faithful.
As a fan of the manga, as somebody who's read the manga, I was incredibly disappointed by the anime. At every turn, it was just a disappointment for me. I did not like it at all.
Did you not like season 1? Because I was gonna say season 1 was so good, and then they just had to.
I don't know, I like how it's handled more in the manga. Like, there's more of a horror vibe in the manga that I got compared to like the anime. It's a fine adaptation for the first season. Second season, they skip over one of my favorite arcs, and they fuck it up by basically speed running the entirety of the manga. And it's like, what are you fucking doing?
I'll never understand how it wasn't popular enough to get more than one second season.
Japanese productions can be weird. So I'm assuming we're gonna put this in C or D.
It's gotta be C.
Yeah.
C?
Yeah.
Like, for me, low C.
Yeah. I put it behind Progressive.
Behind Progressive, above Blue Submarine.
Because the first season's still good.
Yeah.
It's just that second season just kills it.
Yep. Next up.
You've stolen enough money to live in luxury for the rest of your life, right?
No shortage of ladies either.
I have always wondered, why risk the danger of being a thief? Why keep at it after all this time?
Get down! Eliminate intruders on sight.
Things are really getting kind of hairy.
The perimeter has them surrounded.
Move in right away.
Lupin, you're caught in quite an interesting game.
Hey, Lupin, I can't hold out much longer.
So are you ready to die, Lupin the Third?
It's just like the Assassin All-Stars are out tonight.
Hold on!
The Master Thief is back. Lupin the Third, Part 5. Premieres next Saturday at 1. Only Toonami.
And what's your diagnosis, Doctor?
Because it's exciting.
Very good.
On Adult Swim.
Lupin the Third, Part 5. I remember really enjoying it a lot. Wasn't this also at the time this came out, like the anniversary for Lupin? Because I remember they did a bunch of throwback episodes where he was wearing different jackets, which was supposed to be like reminiscent of like the earlier parts.
Yeah, they did references to Pink Jacket and Red Jacket and Green Jacket and all that, and they did the Is Lupin Still Burning OVA that was like sort of a remake of, it's not really a remake, but it's like a callback, throwback sort of thing to the very first episode of the first series. So, which coincidentally is the only time that the Japanese version of the Lupin theme from Part 4 aired on Toonami, because they used the Yuji Ono title theme from 4 as the opening title theme for that OVA.
Ah. So would you say Part 5 is better than 4, or?
I mean, Sketch said it earlier too. Like, it's really hard because there are parts of each that are better and worse, and like I go back and forth. Like, I still think 4's probably my favorite, but man, like 5's really close for me.
Because 4 ended with Leonardo da Vinci, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I remember 5 ended with like Fujiko getting locked in a tower. And
yeah, it did the Sword Art Online ending without sucking.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The only thing that I don't like about the ending of Part 5 is the whole Lupin wearing the mask thing, and like that they're implying that the Lupin we've seen over all of this doesn't actually look like Lupin, and that was the only thing I didn't like about the ending of 5.
Was that like a long running thing or something?
No, like that was really it. Like, it just sort of came out of nowhere in Part 5.
Oh. So then, would you want to put like Part 5 next to 4 then?
That's probably where I'd put it, because I'd struggle to pick which one I'd prefer over the other.
What did we put Part 4 again? Did we put in A?
Low A, I thought.
Yeah, it's
low A, right next to One Punch.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I see it now. All right. Next up.
Those two are battling it out again.
All Soma wants to do is beat his father in a cooking competition. But with almost 500 straight losses,
That's only 489!
he still has a long way to go.
Come back once you've learned what you're made of.
His only hope is to hone his skills at the elite Totsuki Culinary Academy.
What's the name of your family's restaurant?
It's just a little diner located in my...
A diner?
Where the competition is fierce.
You're a glorified fry cook.
You don't belong here.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
Out of 1,000 freshmen, only 100 will remain to advance.
And the dishes are out of this world.
It looks like somebody's enjoying their meal.
Battle through the culinary adventure of a lifetime in Food Wars. Premiering next Saturday at 1 a.m.
Order up!
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Go on. Have a taste.
It certainly does smell delicious.
I can't take it.
Order up! Simply sublime!
This is indeed the true face of cooking.
And now they're going to see just how strong we rebels are as a team.
Totsuki Fine Dining Academy. The members of the 10
I'll crush that scrawny Soma Yukihira for sure this time!
have been challenged to a regimental food war by a band of 8 rebels.
I'm afraid your days of being unbeaten are finally now at an end.
The war must go on until all enemies are defeated.
I'm gonna cute the crap out of this dish.
Power versus power. Technique pitted against technique. But the real question is, will the rebels be able to achieve victory?
Light it up.
Food Wars Season 4 premieres next Saturday at 1:30 a.m. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Flash!
I remember this surprised a lot of people. Food Wars, and this is all seasons of Food Wars. I think I knew it somewhat at the time too. I just remember that it was this cooking show where people get horny when they eat good food, and their clothes rip off.
That's a fine enough summary. And somebody wants to be the greatest chef that ever was.
Yep. I really liked Food Wars a lot. Like, I was in it all the way, and then everyone says it should have ended at season 4. What'd you say, Sam?
When you get into, I like the beginning parts of Food Wars. When you get into the later seasons, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yep.
After like season 3, just
season 4 was okay, but season 5,
no one wanted it. Not even the
should have
author
ended
wanted
with
it.
season 4.
Apparently,
should have ended there.
Apparently, not even the author wanted season 5. He was like told to make more. But I think Food Wars, it was a good time and a good pickup for the block, because it was also that time where what other shows could they get or whatever, and this was another rare case of them getting a non-action show. Like, we had Pop Team Epic, but like that was really about it. So this was like another case of them getting a non-action show. So for Food Wars, I was thinking somewhere in B. How do you all feel about that?
Those later seasons really dragged it down for me.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is if we were only talking like seasons 1 through 3, then I'd probably go with that. But they just
how about either ahead or behind SAO?
I'd put it ahead of SAO, but yeah.
Yeah, because
maybe the top of C.
Yeah, like right there above SAO, I think is fair.
Above SAO. All right. Next up,
Universal Century 0068. Chaos reigns as the zombie regime exerts its control. But the one-year war is still years away.
What in the world is that thing?
Mobile suits are merely in development. But so is the scorned future leader of a new movement.
He has a keen mind. He's a special boy with many unique qualities.
Tensions rise.
Your father was assassinated by those zombie fiends.
Allegiances are drawn.
Join me! Stand with me! On the battlefield!
And sides are chosen.
Who are they?
The enemy. And I'm gonna take them out.
See the story that started it all, reimagined and gorgeously updated. Mobile Suit Gundam. The Origin premieres July 6th at 3. Suit up again. For the first time, only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Another Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, which is supposed to tell the origin of the series antagonist Char Aznable, if I'm getting that right.
And it did so very well.
Yeah, the TV version of this is not like Unicorn, where these were based off of an OVA series also, but the TV cut didn't dick around and meander too much. So it's it basically converted 4 of the 6 OVAs, if I remember correctly, because I don't think the OVAs 5 and 6 were adapted by the show. They might have been. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it adapted all of them.
It might have. It's been a while since I watched the OVAs. So, but either way, this one is good. Like it doesn't screw around too much, and so it's like you can watch the OVAs, you can watch the TV version. Either one's fine. Like it's good. The biggest issue is it's not in continuity with the original series. Like there are functional differences in the universe, like especially with regard to like mobile suits and things like that don't jive with the original series. But if you overlook that, or and if you're not enough of a Gundam fan to give a shit, then it's perfectly fine. It's good. I mean, the dub's really good. I like Keith Silverstein as Char. I think he's a good replacement for the departed Michael Kopsa, who did the Ocean dub version of Char in the original series. So yeah, it's a good show.
It's a good show. Hardly anybody watched because it was on at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that was.
It was also.
And it's unfortunate because you can't get the TV cut on Blu-ray anywhere. Like Unicorn eventually released its TV cut in like a limited edition box set that included the OVAs and the TV series in Japan, but they have done nothing for Portrait of a Red Comet. So the only way to watch it now is either finding the Toonami recordings, or I think it's available sub or dub on Crunchyroll. But
sounds
put it on Blu-ray, you cowards.
Yeah.
So where would you rank it then?
I think it's worth an A.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably put it right behind the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's like I said, it's not really in canon with the original, but it's like quality-wise, it's about up there.
Next up.
One day, without cause or warning, people the world over began catching fire.
Get away from the rail line! It isn't safe here!
No one knows when it'll happen next, or to whom. And so we all live in fear.
Everyone, prepare for battle!
I refuse to be what they say I am. No matter what I have to do, I will be a hero.
Fire Force, Saturday at midnight. On Adult Swim.
All of you get back and stay back.
The terror and the warmth of the flames engulfed my entire being. It was exhilarating.
I gotta be a devil that fights evil!
Fire Force, Saturdays at 1 on Adult Swim.
Fire Force. I remember this came out at a really horrible time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't even just Toonami, Japan in general. Like, the show came out. It had like 3 episodes, and then the arson happened. And then Toonami had to like delay the announcement. Because, like, I think it was like Attack on Titan season 3, like, or season 3 part 1 ended. And then everyone was like wondering, oh no, was it Attack on Titan? I remember they
did one for the show still. I think
like I know
ran all 3 episodes and then just continued onwards like nothing happened.
Okay, wait, I remember now. Like they like a show finished, but like there was no announcement of what was replacing it, so everyone was in the dark. And then they announced, it's Fire Force, which then everyone was like, "That's poor timing." And I'm kind of sad because Fire Force is a good show, but like because of I don't know if it has something to do with the timing that it came out, but because of that, like it got like next to no promotion on Toonami, and that kind of makes me a little sad. Like it had a 30-second promo, which in my opinion, like if a new show comes to Toonami, the promo for it needs to be like a minute long at the very least. Like I feel like 30-second promos do not do a show like enough, justice. Like do not do enough to sell a show. So like Fire Force gets like a 30-second promo, and then it's just there. And then like season 2, they didn't even do a promo for season 2. Like they reran season 1 until 2 was ready. And then 2 comes out, and they did like a few topical promos for it. Like I remember they did a few episodic promos for it, but then they just stopped, and season 2 just ended. I'm just like, I like the show a lot. And yet again, it probably has something to do with the timing that it came out. But like, I just wish that Toonami did more to promote the show. I mean, they probably couldn't because of the fire, but like, say nowadays, like if a season 3 is confirmed, but you still don't know when that's happening. But Fire Force, like I liked Fire Force a lot, and yeah, it's the same creator as Soul Eater. So there were a couple of Soul Eater references in there. How do y'all feel on Fire Force?
It was fine. I mean,
yeah.
I never really got into it all that much, so.
Yeah, same.
I enjoyed Fire Force all right. I just wish it didn't go so heavy on the fan service at points. Like, okay, she's like just survived a traumatic experience, and we're zooming in on her figure. I'm like, cut that crap out.
Yeah.
The Soul Eater writer only got hornier. It's kind of a mess in that regard. But the story itself, interesting enough. It's got great animation.
It does.
It's a pretty good opening.
What was it? Studio Bones or someone else?
David Production.
Yeah, it was David Production, and it used a lot of people that were Shaft. It's kind of an interesting production.
So where would we rank Fire Force then?
B.
B, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would you put it above or below Soul Eater?
Definitely below Soul Eater. You could put it after Tenchi.
After Tenchi, above Black Clover.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed Fire Force more than I paid any attention to Black Clover.
Say, and then next up,
we are at the dawn of a new age.
Do you see that?
I see it. This is how the war begins.
We are at the dawn of a new age.
All flight crews, be at your stations.
Do you see that?
I see it. What the hell?
Swarm incoming!
The Nanos everywhere!
We're under heavy fire!
We did not seek this conflict, but we will rise to meet it.
You have an opportunity no one else has to perhaps turn the tide of the war.
It was a massive risk bringing you here.
They'll become the best fighters you've ever seen.
Forward force is taking heavy losses. Ready to advance? I'll cover.
Genlock will give us the edge we need to strike back.
The future is metal. Genlock premieres August 3rd.
This is how the war begins.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Genlock is the first and the only show from Rooster Teeth that Toonami got, and rest in peace, Rooster Teeth, by the way. I mean, like, I didn't really look up a lot online. I remember they were making a big deal out of this when the show dropped, like not on Toonami, but just in general, because you had Michael B. Jordan behind it. And then I just remember when it was announced for Toonami, I was genuinely surprised. I'm like, wait, what? Like, this
gotta have that synergy between all brands and Warner Brothers. That's what they were doing at the time.
Even though they never aired season 2.
Well, maybe we're better off.
I just remember liking the first season.
At the time, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, for like,
show.
It's a mecha show, and it's also like one of the only like American, or I don't know about American, but like Western, animated shows on the block in a while. And I was kind of weirded out by like the plot of like him essentially being a copy, and how like the original body or the original version of his mind was like corrupted and everything. So where would y'all rank Genlock then?
How about after Beware the Batman?
After Beware the Batman?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Next up.
All this time, I've been so scared that if I tell her how I really feel about her, she could not want to be my friend anymore. I've kept this inside me for 5 years. And... hold up. What's that weird light?
Why'd it get so dark? I can't talk.
It's the end of the world! What the hell? Well, look who's finally awake. It's October 5th in the year 5738. It has been 3,700 years. I swear I'm going to take back the world. Through science, I'll figure out what happened to us.
I swear, I'm gonna save you, Zuriha!
We may be a couple of high school kids, but we're gonna rebuild civilization from the ground up. Together, we'll bring life back to this stone world.
Dr. Stone premieres next Saturday at midnight. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Desire, it's the driving force of science. And whenever we make something new, it paves the way for more inventions to come.
The quest to rebuild civilization continues.
We're starting to clear the most critical hurdle in the way of humanity's future.
We're gonna make a whole mountain and revive the entire world.
But a mysterious broadcast threatens the mission.
We suddenly got a strong signal from somewhere. I think that's Morse code.
It's a message meant for us.
It seems to be repeating the same signal over and over. It just says why.
So we finally meet. Are you the masterminds behind humanity's petrification? I can't help but get excited.
Don't miss the Season 3 premiere of Dr. Stone next Saturday at 12:30.
We're coming for you, Wyman!
The Doctor is in. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Dr. Stone. I really like Dr. Stone. Like, it's
As
not,
you should.
Yes.
It's not my favorite shonen out there, but it's like one of those, like, you know, shows that I'm there for, you know, like it's just, I guess, like not a feel good. Oh yeah, it's feel good. Mainly, I don't know how to describe it, but like, it's not amazing, nor is it trash. Oh, you were saying?
I learned a lot from it. I learned about science.
I think it's quite good.
The anime equivalent of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, Dr. Stone is just anime Bill Nye.
The biggest thing I remember about it was the year that it came out at both Anime Expo and Crunchyroll Expo. There were tons of Dr. Stone and Fire Force stuff, and I remember seeing it, and I'm like, I don't know about this Dr. Stone show, and I thought, you know, all the hype around Fire Force, I'm like, okay, I can see this going somewhere. And it's funny because for me it ended up being the exact opposite. Like, I watched Fire Force, it was okay, I kind of fell off from it, whatever. Dr. Stone I had really no expectations of when it started, and it grabbed me from the jump, and just I stuck with it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. And it's just funny, like, thinking back on that, like, and how much both of them were being promoted, and it's like I completely called both of those entirely wrong, at least for myself.
I
figured.
I enjoyed all the seasons a lot. It's actually kind of funny because, like, next season is technically the last season, and yet again, I'm just like wondering. Every time a show says the final season, I'm like scared now. But Dr. Stone, like, it's one of those, like, shows that they're good, like, you know, they're enjoyable, but like nothing more than that. And that's not an insult, but, like, you know, like, anytime there's a new season or something new related to it, I'll be there. I love Dr. Stone. Like, I like the characters, you know.
I feel you're
Kohaku's there.
underselling it. I think it's a really good show. It's a really good story, great characters, lots of emotional depth. You learn stuff all the time. It's like, it's a good show.
Yeah, I was about to say it is a good show. It's like Randy Orton in the RKO. It came out of nowhere and it hit us good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The dub cast is really well, like, the people they pick to play the roles, like, they just really work.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Like, such a solid cast.
So
very solid.
So where would we rank Dr. Stone then? In A or B?
I'd go high A myself.
A?
Yeah, I'd go high
A.
Mm.
High A.
So would you put it above JoJo or above Parasite? Or
Honestly, for myself, I'd probably go
Honestly,
above
I
Black Lagoon.
would.
Yeah.
above Black Lagoon? Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right then.
As long as that last season isn't a stinker due to bad pacing, it stands the chance of remaining an A-tier show.
Hopefully they actually finish it in one season and not take 3 years.
Well,
Speaking-
it only
speaking-
gets one more.
Speaking of shows that are dragging its final season out, next show's
There have always been man-eating demons prowling about after dark. That's why it's not safe to go outside at night.
The smell of blood. Nezuko, are you okay? What happened?
The Demon Slayers protect us by killing as many as they can.
She's a demon! Hang on, Nezuko! Don't let it take control!
Why are you protecting it?
She's my sister!
She's turned because her wounds were exposed to demon blood. She can't be healed, which means I have to decapitate your sister here.
There's a way, and I'll find it no matter what it takes! I'll hunt down the one who slaughtered my family! I promise I'll make everything right! Please!
I wonder if...
Don't you touch her!
Just maybe. These two are different.
Demon Slayer premieres Saturday at 1:30. Only Toonami.
Allow me to introduce you to the Yoshiwara Entertainment District. The flashiest spot in Japan that's teeming with lust and desire. A hotbed for demons.
The red light district is overrun.
Let that poor woman go!
Just who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Everyone get back inside! It's too dangerous to stay out here! And it's going to take some serious swordsmanship
I'm ready to do whatever you got!
to slay these sirens.
Wow. This might be harder than I thought.
Beautiful, powerful demons can do anything we want. So just die!
Ready? Let's go!
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Entertainment District premieres next Saturday at midnight. Let the good times roll.
Set your heart ablaze!
Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Demon Slayer. That literally announced today its final arc is getting a movie trilogy. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Demon Slayer on Toonami, which, at the time is season 1, Mugen Train and the Entertainment District. Which it's funny because at the time Demon Slayer in English dub premiered on Toonami season 1, and then they did Mugen Train the movie, realized that they have a cash cow and are like, yeah, no, now you need to pay a premium for this. And we thought Demon Slayer was dead after season 1. But then, nope, we got Mugen Train and Entertainment District, and it was just because those seasons are older now, which meant Aniplex negotiated a cheaper price for it. Which, okay, better late than never. But I like Demon Slayer a lot. Yet again, it's not peak fiction to me. I think it's because the animation, that's why everyone talks about Demon Slayer a lot. It's because the animation goes insane. I mean, if you saw the last fight in the Entertainment District, that's literally movie quality.
Yeah, I had a weird relationship with Demon Slayer because I started watching season 1 when it aired on the block, and that was another one that it for some reason didn't seem to grab me, and so I fell off from it. And then when a friend of mine, when Mugen Train was in theaters, he was like, "Hey, I want to go see this. Do you want to go see it?" And I was like, part of me was, I fell off from the show. Do I really care? And I was like, whatever, good opportunity to hang out. So I said, fuck it, let's go. And so I went and saw it, and I had a vague understanding of what happened in the rest of the season because I still had it on when it was on the block. I would still keep it on my TV. I just wasn't super paying attention to it. And then I don't know, Mugen Train just hit everything in the right notes to where I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I was a little harsh on this, and maybe I should give it a second chance. So I went back and rewatched season 1. And was like, okay, you know what? I've said it before on our own podcast where it's some shows for me, I can watch them weekly and I'm perfectly fine with that. And then other ones, I need to watch them either binge watch or watch them in 3 or 4 episode chunks to just really get them to hit right. And Demon Slayer for me ended up being one of those where I needed to watch it in chunks. And once I did that, that got it to click for me. And I've been on board with it since.
How do y'all?
No. I was
go
going to
ahead.
ask. I was
Sorry,
gonna
go.
ask, would y'all call Demon Slayer? Would you put Demon Slayer as a like one of the Toonami's flagship shows of Adult Swim? Do you think it's belong in that
No.
top?
If it
No.
No.
if it had stayed as a dub premiere, maybe, but because like they price gouged it and we had to wait years until after it aired just to get the next few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, no. I feel like it would have been a different story had they premiered this had they premiered the next seasons like they did season one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But where would you rank it? Would you say it's A or S?
I'd say A tier show. Oh.
Yeah, A tier.
Yeah.
A's fine. I feel kind of in the middle of A.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe below Attack on Titan, above Reboot?
Sure.
Sure, why not? Next up,
The powerful stand user has arrived in Naples. His father and I go way back. His name was Dio Brando. I had to know whether Giorno Giovanna was Dio's son.
Hand over your wallet.
And if he was,
Don't say I didn't try to warn
how much he took after his father.
Despite his calm demeanor,
Take him down before he gets away!
he has a savage side, which makes him dangerous.
I strongly suggest you abandon following me.
Salvation awaits. Prepare, as before you lie two paths.
Do you think he's a true enemy? Intercepted Golden Wind! Could he be an ally?
I still don't know why I've been granted these powers. What? But I think it would be a waste not to use them.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind, premieres next Saturday at 2:30.
Now say goodbye to your senses.
Only Toonami on Adult Swim. All that glitters is surely gold.
It looks like there's a stand on the loose.
A stand?
Yeah, it's a freaking ambush. Watch out!
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind, returns Saturday night at 12:30 on Adult Swim.
our final JoJo season, unfortunately, because Netflix sucks. JoJo Part 5 Golden Winds. I just remember I liked it a lot, but I just didn't like how they concluded it. Because it's like out of nowhere, Giorno gets the arrow in his stand, and he's just able to counter Diablo for some fucking reason. Like, I don't know, that just came out of nowhere.
It kind of did.
Mm-hmm. But JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. I think I mentioned, I think like, because it's like the way I think I put 5 at the bottom because it was like 2, then 4, then 3, then 1, then 5. I think that's how I had it. But I mean, like, not to say it's bad, but like there were just some things that were confusing. Like one of the characters of the show just sits out for the rest of it, and it's actually funny because the reason he sits out, the author's his own words, was that like his ability was too OP, so they didn't want him to, so he didn't want him to stay because I guess like I don't know, like I just remember him saying that his ability was too overpowered, so that's why I think Fugo is his name, sits out the rest of the show. But I like there were some moments in it I liked. It's essentially like a gang drama, but with a JoJo twist. And like it's funny, they try to play up that like, oh, he's the son of Dio and all that, and like that literally doesn't matter at all in the end of it because like it does nothing. But how do y'all feel on JoJo Part 5?
I mean, I like it. I'll be honest. This was where I started sort of tapering off. Like it to me, things started feeling sort of samey, and I like, and so that was the thing. Was like I started kind of getting bored of it. Like because I don't know. Like even though they changed things up, enough to make it unique, it's still just. I guess I was missing like the whole change from the hormone to the stands. I was kind of looking for like, can we go to something new again? Like I don't know, Yeah.
Well, not to jump ahead, but I mean the series would see a reboot after part 6 for a reason.
It was at the point it was at there. I was looking for that reboot a little sooner, I guess.
So how would y'all rank it then? Would you say it's C or higher?
No, not C. I think it's better than part 3.
Better than part 3?
Maybe just above part 3.
Despite my quibbles with it feeling samey, I mean, it's better than part 3.
All right. Well, next up.
We're caught in a tractor beam.
That seems like a bad sign.
There might be a host of untold dangers awaiting us on the space station.
Right. Let's go blow some stuff up.
You think you can wield this power? You think you're better than us? If you have any doubt about the order of things, observe.
The Forge starts Saturday, November 9th at 11. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Is the next total immersion event we would see the Forge, which would kill Tom again, give him another body again, and have them stranded in space this time. So the Forge, I liked it a lot. I felt like there were some real stakes in there. I mean, and they brought in Bo Billingsley,
That's true.
Who's Steve Bloom's partner in crime. I mean, that's all I really got on it. How do y'all feel on the Forge?
I think the Forge, to me, is the second best Adult Swim total immersion event. Maybe the second best probably third best total immersion event altogether. Just because it had more stakes than I think Countdown and especially Intruder 3. The only issue I had with it is how they messed with the Toonami lore, the Tom lore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was my biggest gripe with it. But other than that, I think it's still like the second best Adult Swim TIE.
Yeah, I'd probably put it low A above Countdown. I mean, because I think it is better than Countdown, but I don't think it stands with the Intruders, the first two anyway. Intruders.
One of the things that disappointed me the most was that whenever a tie happens, they do some cool thing with the graphics and the bumpers. When the Forge happened, all they did was just color everything red and called it a day, and I hated that. It's like, come on, guys. And like the only time they did something different was when they got all staticky in the end. But that, and unfortunately,
to be fair, the Forge event didn't have anything didn't need glitchiness because it wasn't part of the story like it was for Countdown or True. So
later, booger. Okay. Looks like this is going to be a whole new Toonami. We've got a lot of alien tech to figure out. But more importantly, we have a show to run. You know what to do, Sarah.
That I do, Tom. That I do.
Later.